My guest today from the People's Savings and Loan Company right here in Bucyrus is Dave Coffman, and he is the Vice President of Mortgage Lending. Welcome to the podcast.
Good morning. Appreciate being here.
Appreciate having you here. Mortgage lending, I'm sure right now is a pretty hot topic, especially with the interest rates that have moved up, correct?
Yes, correct. They have definitely had a big upswing over the past year.
All right. Now, when we say mortgage lending, I would take that encompasses many avenues. Are there maybe three or four areas basically that encompasses?
Yeah, most generally you have your home purchases, home refinances, construction loans, and home equity loans.
Okay. And so obviously the interest rates have went up. How has this basically impacted your business thus far?
Really, the mortgage lending has slowed down some because of the interest rates and kind of combination of the higher interest rates and the increase of the cost of purchasing a home these last couple of years, kind of a combination. But things are moving steady.
I think the technical term is the double whammy.
Yes,
Higher
I would agree.
Higher interest rates and higher and the home prices. They're getting more for the homes that are sold. So I just had a couple of questions I kind of was curious about. Now you handle the purchasing and the refinancing of homes, correct?
Correct.
And I know this is changing, so I won't want to pin you down too much, but basically kind of what is the area right now that are rates? Let's say I came into you today and said, I'm interested in purchasing a home. What do I need to know when I first come to see you? I guess that's a good question.
Yeah, really, we do have a lot of pre-approvals. People come in to get pre-approved for a loan, whether they're just out there in the market just looking for a home, or sometimes when they're ready to put a offer on a home, they're required to have a pre-approval. So anybody's welcome to stop in or give us a call to get a pre-approval started. And for pre-approval, basically we're approving your credit history and debt-to-income ratio. So those are two very important things for part of the underwriting process of getting a home loan.
Well, you can't get lending. Basically, you're going to pay more for your lending if you had some issues with your finances, correct? To a certain degree?
Yeah, some places do have tiered rates. We don't have tiered rates.
Okay.
You do have to have a good credit history to get qualified. So that's always important from my daughter in college. Just always teaching her to, right off the bat, just keep track of your credit, pay your bills on time, because in the future when you're ready to get a loan, it's going to pay off for her.
Yes, because you will come back and meet those statistics, won't you, at some point? Because in this age of computerization and everything, everybody kind of knows everybody's credit history to a certain degree. Now, you also finance new home construction as well, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, are we still in the era of adjustable rate mortgages or fixed rate mortgages, or both?
Really both. Historically, lately it's the fixed rate has been prevalent because of the it's been so low rate history for so long now. But with the increase in interest rates, that we can see the adjustables would probably start getting going.
Well, having had time, I mean, having years, I mean, you and I, we're not spring chickens, so to speak. I mean, let's just be honest.
I agree.
We've seen these cycles before.
Yes.
And they do go in cycles. Sometimes you have lower interest rates, sometimes higher. And seems like the lending institutions and everybody makes adaptations to those, because obviously people want to buy homes, and you got to make them as affordable as you can. Sometimes it's through an ARM or adjustable rate mortgage, and sometimes maybe a fixed rate is better.
Yep, correct. Yeah.
That pretty much the story there. Now, you do home equity loans as well, correct or not?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, how does that basically work? They do an assessment of how much your home is worth, or how's that work? I've never went through one of those.
Yep. There's just a straight fixed rate home equity loan, and also a home equity line of credit, which is an adjustable loan. Line of credit just allows you to use the equity. Both of them allow you to use the equity out of your home. One is based on using it as a line of credit for future uses. The other one is like if you have an immediate home improvement project or something like that. You just get the money to put the new roof on or siding, windows, whatever the project is.
All right, that's very helpful. Now today, in the speaking of the home equity loans, if I come in and I say, okay, I have equity in my home and I'd like to use it in some fashion, what's that going to cost me as a consumer? Can you say that, or is that hard to estimate? I mean, percentage wise, or does that vary based on my credit and other variables?
No, the cost, actually, we've always had really some of the lowest closing costs really around.
Okay.
And it's not based on credit scores or anything like that, but since we don't sell our loans to the secondary markets, there's quite a few costs that's not incurred by our customers, just because all of our loans stay in-house. We don't sell our loans, and so you're always just dealing with this even in the future. So it does help keep the cost down. In terms of quoting a cost, I'd have to
That's
some more
an
information
individual
on that.
thing based, right?
Well, it's also based on the actual loan amount.
Okay, so there's variables there.
Yes.
So if a person's interested in saying, yes, I think I'd be interested in a home equity loan, they need to actually call and speak to you, correct?
Yep, we can definitely get them full quotes when they call in or stop in.
Okay, now if I would call, I would say it's probably best to make an appointment with you, because I'm sure you're a busy gentleman.
Yeah, walk-ins are always welcome, but yeah, it's usually best to.
Preferred to.
Yes.
Okay, because there's things that you might say, well, you need to bring this, this, and this, because sometimes people come to an appointment and they're not bringing the paperwork they might need in order to help you make an accurate appraisal, correct?
Correct, yep. If you call in, we can get you prepared and exactly what to bring in for us.
Okay, Dave, now where would they call? What phone number do they call?
The phone number is 419-562-6896. One thing I did want to add is wanted to congratulate Mitch Long. He retired just here this past month, and he and I worked together in the loan department for about 15 plus years. And so we have Emily Sanders in there as a new loan officer, but for a lot of people that are used to calling in and asking for Mitch, he's enjoying some retirement.
Well, probably well-deserved, I'm sure.
Definitely well-deserved.
And Dave, your day will come as well. So
One of these
days it's coming around the corner for you. Well, thank you for letting us know that. Again, the number is 419-562-6896. If you're interested in anything to do with the mortgage lending, you want to contact Dave Coffman. He's the Vice President of Mortgage Lending at the People's Savings and Loan Company here, located in Bucyrus. They were founded in 1888, and if my math is correct, that's about 135 years.
Pretty close.
All right, well, that wasn't my best suit in school, Dave. One final thing I would say, and I thought you brought up a very good point about not selling the loans to other institutions. If you recall, when we had the great crisis years ago with the mortgages, and banks owned mortgages of people's, and they didn't even know who the people were. But you could do all your folks' stuff in-house. It stays at People's. You know the community. You've been here. You got credibility.
I agree, yes. And speaking of the customers, I did also want to say that we're going to have a customer appreciation October 6th.
Okay, customer appreciation October 6th.
Yep, from 11 to 2, and going to have Mark's Ice Cream there, going to have some a bit of a cookout and maybe a raffle, something like that, but just wanted to.
And that will be at the main branch?
Yes.
Okay,
correct.
at the main branch at 300 South Walnut Street in Bucyrus. And I believe that's the address. I believe we've got that down pretty well.
Yes.
All right, Dave, I want to thank you for coming in today, and first time doing this, but we both enjoyed it, and I hope our listeners gleaned some knowledge from this. Thank you for your time and coming in today.
Appreciate having me.